of wind energy conversion process in terms of the turbines that are used to generate electricity, and thereby making the things uh, easier for us from non-conventional or renewable sources. So wind energy, as it is written, is in an indirect form of solar energy. This statement is the first line in the introduction. And then it is written about 1% of the total solar radiation that reaches the earth is converted in the atmosphere into energy of wind. Winds result from differential heating of the earth and its atmosphere by the sun. As the sun heats a different part of the earth at different rates, air circulates from the cold to warm areas, producing wind. So it is clear to all of us. The total quantity of this resource is extremely large and varies with the time at any given location. Wind energy is renewable and poses no major environmental problems. Wind energy potential for different applications cannot be overlooked in a country like India, where considerable amount of wind power is available. Rightly said. According to a recent assessment, India ranks very high among developing countries where wind energy potential seems more promising. Thus, the prospects of wind energy in India may be considered cost-effective alternative to the conventional sources of electrical power. So that is very quite clear from the first two paragraphs what we are actually dealing with. So we are dealing with wind energy sources, wind energy as a source where the entire wind energy process will be. Just a minute, Rohit and team. Just a minute, I have a call actually.
Yes, sir, no problem.
So that is something which is a very important aspect in terms of the subject of wind energy conversion process. That India has a great potential, first of all, and therefore it would be actually better for us to learn about how wind energy process takes place. So what is a wind energy technology? Therefore, rest of the things you can just read through this as theoretical part. I don't want to go into much of it. Wind energy basically would be actually having something, as we could say that there will be lots of flow of air, and the flow of air is basically considered to contain kinetic energy within it, as it is randomly available in the atmosphere, and the kinetic energy U of a sample of air volume, that is basic consideration that is being underlined as wind energy technology. I'm reading through that and I'm trying to correlate what we read in the first two paragraphs and later on. So the kinetic energy U of a sample of air of volume, which is A into del X. Del X is basically the sample of the volume that is being considered in X-axis, and the entire area. An area can be length into breadth, it can be pi r square in a circular form. Whichever you into del X would be basically give you the volume of the air, and the density is given by rho, moving with a velocity v, small v, where a is the unit perpendicular to the wind stream, and del x is parallel to the wind stream is given by this. So this is something like rho a del x v square by 2, just like half mv square kinetic energy equation. It has been equated to. Now here you can see that rho a del x is something that is almost constant from area to area, and therefore what matters is basically v, moving with a velocity v. So as you know that the energy contained in the wind is kinetic energy, therefore this kinetic energy will be converted into a rotational energy. In case of a wind turbine, the turbine starts rotating, thereby it gives a rotational movement. The rotational movement is translated through gearbox arrangement into either into an horizontal or a vertical movement later on during the drive chain, and at the end it is connected to a shaft of a wind generator or an induction generator for that matter, electrically speaking. That generator basically generates power. So whatever motor generator set we consider or we have across in our laboratory setups, we just imagine that instead of the motor as a driving element, we are actually having a wind turbine. So a wind turbine connected to a generator generates output, and the wind turbine's rotational RPM generated will has to be have a rated RPM rated to the motor, or sorry, to the generator. So the rated RPM can be achieved only when you have a requisite amount of velocity of the wind that is actually flowing in. So the wind that is flowing in will actually have an amount of velocity that will be basically our main criteria to understand the viability of that particular wind, whether energy is available or not. If available, whether it can generate rated RPM. If it generates rated RPM, only then we will have a potential electricity generation in the next phase, right? Some people are still joining. Okay, so the energy flux PW or wind energy density is given by the time rate of change of quantum of the wind energy, that is kinetic energy of the wind energy by area. So if you differentiate it with respect to time, what you get is basically half rho v cube. Now that is what is very important, v cube. This gives you the entire flux or energy flux PW of the wind energy, and this flux is very maximum amount of the energy that can be extracted actually from the wind stream. Now, as you have understood or might have seen, right in the first paragraph, only 1% of the sun ray that reaches Earth atmosphere. That means, you see, as a source, sun is having a quantum of energy. From that, solar is being derived, and also a little bit of is derived from wind. So that wind energy which is being generated is out of that 1% of the energy that is received from sun as heat and light. So in the form of solar. From that we are extracting this. So obviously the potential is very high, and thereafter from there we are actually deriving the amount of energy that can be used for electricity generation. To know that, to understand that how much energy is actually extractable from the wind energy, the flux or the wind flux or the energy flux contained in that energy or the wind stream is of utmost importance, and that's what has been explained here. So not all of the wind power density is available for useful work. The maximum power that can be extracted from wind stream is given by this particular formula, and this quantity is known as Betz limited. Betz limit is something that tells you that from the entire stream of wind that is present for wind energy conversion, what is the maximum limit of the wind energy that can be extracted. So Betz limit happens to be a very important factor while we actually decide where actually we are putting up the wind turbine. That's because everywhere you have wind, and there's a basic difference that you need to also understand. I hope all of you are aware of. Air is there and wind is there. Air is something that is there everywhere, but wind is there, which is because of the pressure difference. Pressure difference between two places. It can be the sea and the land. It can be within the land. It can be between the ridges. So there can be different areas geographically where you will have this pressure difference, and the wind will flow from the high pressure to low pressure zone. But the point is, the difference will decide the maximum velocity or otherwise the maximum kinetic energy contained within the wind flux. So every wind that is being in wind energy stream that is being considered is considered in the form of a flux, and it has got a limit, and that's called as Betz limit. Am I clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. That part is again in totality. It is explained nicely inside in this theoretical part. I just read out this particular paragraph. Can you see? I am yeah. I've selected it. This part. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
I will be reading out this part. Please have a look over when I will be reading through. Wind speed in any given region is not constant but varies over a period of seconds, hours, diurnal variation, days and months, seasonal variation, and therefore large changes in wind speed can be encountered by a wind turbine. Fluctuations in velocity that occur over seconds or minutes are referred to as turbulence and can cause fatigue and failure of wind turbine components, that is blades, transmission and generators. So therefore, to determine the wind power density, wind velocity is usually averaged over 1 hour interval. The frequency at which different wind velocities occur is described by a wind speed frequency distribution, which can vary diurnally and seasonally. Diurnally means over a day, 12 hours each. That is called as diurnally. If information on the frequency distribution is not available, a Rayleigh distribution is often assumed. This is a mathematical expression which basically tells you about the variation of the wind speed over, say for example, over Kolkata. Now over 24 hours, how the wind speed varies, what is the power density, what will be the wind velocity. Therefore, you will actually design the size of the wind turbine, number of blades, and other parameters which are mechanical and electrical correlated to electrical generation. Am I clear? So from that point of view, those things are being considered. Now I'll just go to the next part, which is aerodynamics. Okay. Can we have our videos on, because we are already 10-11 people? Can we have the video on, please?
Yes, sir.
Can you all see me? I want you all people to interact with me. Please, for 5 minutes, just open up your. क्या रहा हूँ, कभी कभी वीडियो ऑन करके भी क्लास है। अच्छा, ये कमरिया निशा भी आ गया। थोड़ा सा ऑन करो वीडियो, 2 मिनट की चीजें हैं, उनको मेरे को बताना है। मैं एक बार बोल देता हूँ तो आपको बेटर होगा, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड थिंग्स फास्ट। श्रेया, सब ऑन करके रखो।
স্যার আমার ভিডিও অন হচ্ছে না, জানি না কেন। আমি অন করে রেখেছি বাট আসছে না।
কেন হচ্ছে না? একই
জানি না।
আছাড় মারোটাকে ভালো করে একটা। না, একটু অন না করলে না ঠিক বলতে পারবো না। তোমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছ আমাকে?
হ্যাঁ স্যার দেখতে পাচ্ছি।
ওকে, বাদ বাকিরা অন করতে থাকো, শ্রেয়া চেষ্টা করে যাক আর অডিওটা শুনতে থাক। অনিশ বারবার অন হচ্ছিস যাচ্ছিস তুই কেন রে? নেটওয়ার্ক প্রবলেম নাকি?
কি স্যার?
লেট মি স্টার্ট।
তো ভিডিওটা অন অফ হচ্ছে না।
হ্যাঁ মনে হয়
ওটা নেট স্লো তাই বলে।
হ্যাঁ, let me start with the fact why I asked you to switch it on, because tell me one thing, আমি যদি তোমাদের কাছে একটা হাতে যদি কাগজের ছোট কাগজের টুকরো করি, I just piece of bits of paper and keep it in my hand, right? ছোট টুকরো করলাম, কুটি করে, ছোটবেলায় যেরকম ছিঁড়তাম সেটা ছিঁড়ে দিলাম কাগজের টুকরো করে, হাতে মুঠো করে রাখলাম। তারপরে একটা পাখার সামনে, পেডেস্টাল পাখা বোঝো তো, লম্বা পেডেস্টাল পাখা থাকে, সেই পাখার সামনে আমি হাতটাকে খুলে দিলাম। তাহলে কাগজের টুকরোগুলো কি হবে? What will happen to the piece of paper if I open my hand on my palm and keep it in front of the fan, pedestal fan? What will happen to the piece of papers?
স্যার অনেক কটা উড়ে যাবে আর কিছুটা হাতে আটকে যাবে।
আচ্ছা, খুব জোরে যদি চলে সবগুলো উড়ে যাবে?
হ্যাঁ উড়ে যাবে।
হ্যাঁ, লেটস নট ক্রিয়েট এনি ডাউট, সব উড়ে যাবে। কিছুটা আটকে যাওয়ার সিচুয়েশন রাখছি না, ঠিক আছে? সব উড়ে যাবে। সো হোয়াট হ্যাপেন্স, সব যদি উড়ে যায় সবকটা কি একই জায়গায় গিয়ে পড়বে?
না, র্যান্ডম পড়বে।
সবগুলোই কি একভাবে উড়বে?
একভাবে মানে একই দিকে, মানে যেই দিকে পাকার হাওয়া থাকবে সেই দিকেই গিয়ে পড়বে।
কিন্তু सभी छोटे कागज के टुकड़े वो उड़ेंगे जरूर, पर क्या वो एक सेम टाइम फ्रेम के लिए उड़ेंगे? नो। दूसरी बात है, एक ही लेंथ में जाके गिरेंगे क्या? नहीं ना।
नो सर।
डिफरेंट प्लेसेस है कि नहीं? और उसमें से कुछ ज्यादा देर तक हवा में रहेंगे, कुछ कम देर तक रह के गिर जाएंगे, राइट राइट दैट इज reason is these small pieces of paper will be actually exerted upon by lift and drag force. Lift force which keeps it against the gravity, and the drag force which drags it down and makes it fall over the floor after a certain point of time. And this is decided by the size of the width of the paper, right? And since I have crushed it, मैंने उसको तोड़ मरोड़ के हाथ में रखा है छोटा छोटा टुकड़ा करके, so what happens is that उसके अपना डिफरेंट टाइप का शेप्स है उसका, तो वो एरोडायनामिकली क्या होगा, जो हवा के थ्रू से होते हुए वो गिरेगा फ्लोर पे, so it will actually take different time actually, because it will cut the wind through and fall down. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So what happens is it takes some bit of time depending upon its size, and therefore it lands down on the floor. So basically it is acted upon by two forces. One is a drag force and one is a lift force. The drag force and the lift force, these two are acting perpendicular to each other. Remember that. They act perpendicular to each other. So what happens, why I asked you all to switch on that thing, because you see if it acts, can you see my finger? So it acts perpendicular to each other. When it acts perpendicular to each other, if it comes, the wind comes and hits the wind turbine blade, the blade rotates. Since the blade rotates, from the tip to the point it is connected to the rotor periphery, the entire thing is fixed, right? The wind stream comes and hits. The wind stream has got what? This one is lift, vertically upward against the gravity, and this is drag. Right? This acts upon. Now it is perpendicular. I am showing you dead straight because the wind is coming and directing straight away. But it may not be the case. The wind turbine may be, the blade may be at an angle, or maybe the wind can be at an angle. Am I clear? So at any point of time, both of them can be in random angles, either the wind blade or the wind stream, and they will create a different type of forces, which is drag and lift, acting upon the blade. These two will decide the torque of this particular blade only. Am I clear? One blade will create one amount of torque depending upon how much it is making angle with the wind stream, which has got drag and it has got lift. Am I clear? So when this is acting upon, now if I have over the rotor periphery n number of blades connected, right? Say 5 blades, 10 blades, 20 blades. Then tell me one thing. If the blades are 20 in numbers and the wind is same, then what is your expectation? Is it not that the entire wind gets divided into 1 by 20 and 1 by 20th part of the wind flux will come and entangle with the individual blades? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So the quantification of the wind that was coming and hitting would be actually 1 by 20th time less. Had it been only one blade, entire wind flux would have hit it. You would have engulfed with maximum amount of torque. I mean torque by engulfing with it the maximum amount of lift and drag for give particular one wind blade. अगर number of wind blades बढ़ेगा तो ये total जो wind था उसको 20 भाग में इसको डिवाइड करना पड़ रहा है, तो एक एक ब्लेड को 1/20th अमाउंट ऑफ द विंड का ड्रैग एंड लिफ्ट मिलेगा. क्लियर? तो एक ब्लेड को उसको हिलने में थोड़ा दिक्कत होगा. बहुत सारे होंगे ब्लेड्स, 20 ब्लेड्स होंगे तो स्लोली वो विंड वो मूव करेगा. एम आई क्लियर? एम आई क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Whereas अगर उसमें 3 ब्लेड है, it has got 3 blades, only 3 blades, then it will be actually divided into how much? 120 each in an angle of periphery. Then 1/3 of the wind flux, 1/3 of the wind flux will come and hit each blade. So the quantum of the lift and drag will be obviously more than the 20 blades wind turbine. Clear?
Yes, sir.
I am shouting because of the reason that 3-blade wind turbine is meant for electrical power generation, because it gets more amount of torque to rotate, and we need a rated speed of RPM for a DC generator to generate power. Whereas if the number of blade is more, torque is less. Translation torque, from the torque you will have a vertical movement up and down like this. अगर धीरे धीरे घूम रहा है through arrangement of gear and gearbox, आपका vertical movement ऐसा होगा, उसको आप एक हैंड पंप में जोड़ दोगे तो वो हैंड पंप सारा दिन घूमता रहेगा विंड टर्बाइन, वो पंपिंग अप एंड डाउन करेगा. दैट विल हेल्प इन इरिगेशन. तो रिमेंबर दैट जितने सारे विंड टर्बाइंस आपको विलेजेस में दिखेंगे with more number of blades, they are meant for irrigation purpose. Less number of blades meant for electrical power generation.
इलेक्ट्रिकल.
ठीक है. और इस टाइप के जो 3 ब्लेड वाले हैं विंड टर्बाइन, वो जनरली दे आर हायर इन हाइट, बहुत ऊंचे होते हैं. और जो एग्रीकल्चर पर्पस में बहुत सारे विंटर ब्लेड्स लगे हुए हैं, उनका जो है हाइट ग्राउंड से कम होता है. इसका एग्जांपल मैं सिंपल स्ट्रेट एंड सिंपल आपके सामने है, that I'll keep in front of you. That's why I asked you to open up your video. The wind turbine you might have seen in mechanical department side. आपने देखा होगा वहां पे वो एक the other side of the playground in university towards mechanical. Have you seen that?
Yes, sir.
So that has got more number of blades. That is meant for water pumping from the pond. Whereas हमारे डिपार्टमेंट के ऊपर में जो विंड टर्बाइन है उसके ब्लेड सिर्फ 3 है. It is meant for power supply generation. Through the battery, it goes, stores in the battery, and from the battery through inverter, we get it converted into single phase line and distribute it among in the classrooms and HOD's room and other places. You understand what I'm telling? So
Yes,
the
sir.
basic design of the wind turbine will be decided upon the amount of wind available, amount of energy flux available, therefore deciding the shape and size of the wind turbine, and definitely depending upon how much of electricity you want to generate and distribute it to the load. अगर आपको बहुत ज्यादा पावर जनरेट करना है तो विंड टर्बाइन और बड़ा होगा, नेचुरली ब्लेड्स भी बहुत बड़े होंगे, आपको बहुत ज्यादा आपको स्पेस चाहिए. सो यू कीप इट इन द पहाड़ के साइड्स जो रीजन्स है बिटवीन द माउंटेन्स है ना, प्लेटोइक रीजन्स, वहां पे इसको इंस्टॉल ज्यादा किया जाता है बिकॉज इट इज फार फ्रॉम द ह्यूमन विसिनिटी, फ्री इन स्पेस. Ridges will have different pressure difference, and definitely there will be flow of wind from one place to another, and you would be able to generate electricity quite a bit. You understand? So the aerodynamicity of, or aerodynamics understanding is about the lift and drag first of all, followed by the size of the blade. So उसमें कुछ topics हैं जो decide करता है कि आपका जो wind turbine है वो आपके लिए कितना requisite है, कितना correct है. So now I will ask you to stop the videos and go back to the presentation. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Can you see this? Is it visible? Now?
No, sir. Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
Yes, sir, visible.
Okay. Can you see this figure? This particular thing is the wind blade. This is basically undisturbed wind, which should have been exactly parallel. But this particular is our relative wind line, which is coming and attacking the wind turbine blade. Attacking. So this is making an angle with the basically the blade. Now blade has an axis which is given by its chord line. Chord line is along this axis or along this edge where it is connected. Now it makes an angle, and that angle will determine basically its lift and drag. Now you see lift and drag both are perpendicular to each other, and with respect to the undisturbed wind, it should have been F1 and F2. Can you see that? If you think about the undisturbed wind x-axis, along x-axis, which is parallel to F2, then F1 is perpendicular to each other. But once it becomes to the relative wind, you see almost the basically the wind's lift and drag gets disturbed, and the lift goes this way, and the drag is almost parallel to the relative wind line. It's not parallel, but it's making an angle. Now, when these two are making an angle, the angle it is making is known as an angle of attack. Can you see it here? Can you see it here? Angle of attack, gamma. The angle between the relative wind velocity and the chord line. Since blade velocity increases with distance along the airfoil, angle of attack must also change along the airfoil. The airfoil must be twisted to obtain maximum efficiency. तो आपने ज्यादातर देखा होगा जो ब्लेड्स होते हैं विंड टरबाइन में, उसमें थोड़ा सा हल्का सा ट्विस्ट रहता है, मोड़ रहता है. वो हमारे सीलिंग फैंस में भी होते हैं, पर उसका फंक्शन अलग है, विंड टरबाइन का अलग है, पर है. और उसका बेसिक आइडिया ये है कि उसमें जो है आपको मैक्सिमम आपको क्या मिले, एंगल ऑफ अटैक मिले, और उससे बेटर वेलोसिटी मिले, और उस वेलोसिटी से आप उस विंड टरबाइन को घुमा सके, ताकि आपका नेट आउटपुट जो है दैट इज बेसिकली टॉर्क जनरेटेड वो ज्यादा हो, और आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा लिफ्ट एंड ड्रैग फोर्स को काम में ला सके ऑल अलोंग द पेरिफेरी ऑफ द विंड टरबाइन फ्रॉम टॉप टू बॉटम. So the lift and drag force are respectively perpendicular and parallel to the wind velocity as seen from the moving rotor, and can be resolved into forces F1 in the direction of airfoil translation and F2 in the direction of the undistributed wind. The force F1 is available for useful work, while the tower and the structural members of the wind turbine must be designed to withstand F2, which is termed as the rotor thrust. Now I'll remember one thing, that the blade which I was talking about, if say example now there are 3 blades and you're talking about electrical generation. So therefore the 3 blades will be acted upon with F1 and F2. Top to bottom F1 F2 काम करेगा. So usually the blade which is basically vertically up has to rotate down 360 degree and come back. तो जब वो पूरी नीचे आ जाता है ना, तो नीचे से जब वो ऊपर आता है तो उसको बोलते हैं यूजफुल वर्क, कि उस ब्लेड को ऊपर उठाना है. काउंटर में आपके 2 और ब्लेड्स हैं, क्योंकि 3 टॉकिंग अबाउट 3 ब्लेड्स, तो जो बाकी 2 ब्लेड हैं उसमें भी लिफ्ट एंड ड्रैग काम कर रहा है, तो वो लोग उसको ढकेल के नीचे ला रहे हैं, और ये अपने आप धीरे धीरे विथ यूजफुल वर्क के ऊपर उठ रहा है. तो ये जो गोल गोल घूमना होता है, ये बेसिकली वो लिफ्ट वाली फोर्स करता है, और जो ड्रैग वाला फोर्स है वो बेसिकली आपका थ्रस्ट करता है, आपको रोटेशनल मोटर रोटर इफेक्ट देता है, और उसमें से यू आर जस्ट एक्चुअली एक्सट्रैक्टिंग द mechanical output in the form of RPM, and thereby you are actually rotating the generator, which is given with a rated speed. Now this particular thing is very important. I have marked with red pen and I've written is important. Please make sure that you'll have a question from these areas. Followed by principle of wind conversion. Again, same thing has been told again and again. So I don't want to tell you about all these things. You can see wind, air flowing faster, air flowing slower, high pressure, low pressure, lift force from high pressure to low pressure it acts upon. So therefore, this is how the lift is there and drag is along the force, and blah blah. These things I have told you again. Again, it has been elaborately explained, and you please go through them. What makes now important is, once we know the wind flux, once we know the energy to be extracted, we know the Betz limit, we know the application. It is not agriculture, it was electrical generation, and therefore we know the wind turbine has to be designed so that I get maximum efficiency. Therefore, while we design the rotor, we need to keep in mind certain terminologies which are of utmost importance. What are those? One is pitch. What is a pitch? अगर आप ये बोलोगे कि पिच, तो हम लोग क्रिकेट में सुनते हैं पिच, पिचिंग करना. हम लोग जब कोई प्रेजेंटेशन देते हैं तो उसको भी हम बोलते हैं पिच करना. बात तो सेम है. You are pitching or putting up something on a piece of land, like a ball you're pitching on the surface of the earth. Likewise, the wind is being pitched over the surface of the wind turbine blade. So what happens? What is a pitch? The blades of a rotor are curved so that they deflect the wind, as illustrated in figure 3. That was done before. The lift force created causes the rotor to rotate. In order to generate maximum amount of lift, the blades must be set at an appropriate angle to the wind, called pitch. So what is pitch? It is basically to make an angle between the wind and the blade, so that what you get is maximum amount of lift. So that angle is called the pitch angle. If your pitch angle is so that you are getting maximum lift, only then your purpose is solved. So you should design the blade such a way, the twist should be such है, जो ब्लेड का लेंथ है उस पे डिपेंड करता है। अगर आप बहुत बड़ा आप समझ रहे हो ना, रोटर अगर जो बीच वाला जो रोटेटिंग एलिमेंट है, जो एक्सिस जिसको बोल रहे हैं, उसपे ब्लेड्स लगे हुए हैं, तो मान के चलो एक बहुत बड़ा गोलाकार है, राउंड शेप का एक रोटर है, उसके ऊपर आप ब्लेड्स लगा रहे हो और ब्लेड्स का साइज तो छोटा छोटा है, तो विल इट बी एबल टू रोटेट फास्ट, विल इट बी एबल टू गिव दैट मच आरपीएम? नहीं हो पाएगा। वेरएस अगर ब्लेड्स बहुत बड़े हैं और सेंटर का जो रोटर है वो खूब छोटा है जिसपे ब्लेड लगे हुए हैं, तो ऊपर भी बहुत ज्यादा जोर घूमेगा, उसमें भी हमको जरूरत से ज्यादा आरपीएम मिलेगा, हमारा काम नहीं बनेगा। तो यू हैव टू हैव बेसिकली कितना स्पीड चाहिए, टिप साइज कितना चाहिए, उनका रेशियो क्या होना चाहिए, उस पर डिपेंड करेगा। वो भी एक बहुत बड़ा एस्पेक्ट है व्हेन यू डू द रोटर डिजाइन। This is the ratio of the speed of the blade tip to the speed of the wind. For example, if a 6-meter rotor is rotating at 20 rpm, the wind speed is 4 meters per second. The tip speed ratio of the motor is given by, this is a value which is given is, and the found out is 1.6. Now, the general equation in these matters is the tip speed ratio is something like this into the rotor diameter in meter into the RPM rotation of the speed of the rotor in RPM divided by the wind speed in meters per second. If the rotor is rotating faster than the wind speed, it will have a tip speed ratio greater than 1. Conversely, if the rotating motor is rotating slowly than the wind speed, it will have a tip speed ratio less than 1. Rotor which rely on drag force to turn them, such as Panamon's, can never rotate faster than the wind speed and will always have tip speed ratios less than 1. 2 or 3 bladed wind turbines which rotate very fast have a high tip speed ratio of 3 to 2. Every rotor has an optimum tip speed ratio at which it is operating at its maximum efficiency. Fine, so this is about the tip speed ratio, followed by the torque. Torque is very generally it is written, I won't be reading it out. So you are actually speed ratio, you're talking about pitch, and lastly there is one terminology called solidity. Solidity is not given here. There's one more thing called solidity. I don't know whether it is given here or not. Solidity, SOLIDITY, solidity. वो डिपेंड करता है, I'll give it to you, it's not given here it seems. तो स्कैनिंग करते समय मिस हो गया पेज. I'll give it to you. Please go through that. You will be able to understand what is solidity. Solidity is something like we are talking about. Are you hearing me? Listening to me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Solidity is basically treating with or is dealing with. आपको एक विंड टरबाइन मिला है तो उसमें ब्लेड्स 3 लगे हुए हैं, मान के चलो बीच में एक रोटर है, वो भी एक गोलाकार रोटर है जिसमें विंड ब्लेड्स लगे हुए हैं। तो सॉलिडिटी ये है कि आपको ये बोला जा रहा है कि अगर वो पूरा विंड टरबाइन मान के चलो लोहे का बना हुआ, इफ इट्स मेड ऑफ स्टील, हार्ड ड्रॉन स्टील, समथिंग लाइक दैट, जस्ट इमेजिन। एक तो रोटर है वो एक भारी भरकम होगा, फिर ब्लेड्स होंगे वो भी भारी भरकम होगा, तो द एंटायर थिंग विल बी वेरी हैवी। तो इसको अपना ही लोड पहले घुमाना है, उसके बाद ये मैकेनिकली किसी और को घुमाएगा। अब इसके जगह में अगर आप ब्लेड्स को प्लास्टिक का कर दोगे, फाइबर्स का कर दोगे, तो और बीच वाला जो रोटर है उसको मेटेलिक रखोगे, तो उसमें कुछ हद तक वेट डाउन होगा और उसमें रोटेशनल इफेक्ट बेटर होगा। और अगर पूरा का पूरा चीज इवन द रोटर पार्ट को भी अगर आप मोल्ड करके उसको एक फैब्रिकेटेड फॉर्मेट में बना के उसको करोगे, जिसमें वो रोटर पार्ट भी इन्वॉल्व रहे, जो एक्सिस पार्ट अलॉन्ग विद द ब्लेड, सारा का सारा अगर फाइबर का हो तो उसमें वेट और लेस होगा, एफिशिएंसी पुल अप करेगा, लेस टॉर्क लगेगा अपना आरपीएम मेंटेन करने को, अपना वर्क डन करने को। रेदर वो कनेक्टेड लोड जो भी शाफ्ट से कनेक्टेड जनरेटर रहेगा उसको वो इजीली घुमा पाएगा। तो दैट इज ऑल अबाउट सॉलिडिटी। वो मैं पेज आपको प्रोवाइड कर दूंगा सेपरेटली along with this, ठीक है? Please go to that, even that is also important. So for rotor design we have basically 4 issues: torque, tip speed ratio, pitch and solidity. Please remember that. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Site evaluation I'm not going to read through, please go through that. और आपको ये भी होना चाहिए कि ये the difference which should be taken into considerations are ये parameters that should be taken at the proposed site, at proposed height above the ground, ये सारा non-electrical part है, but important aspect while you select the wind turbine site. So you please have a look over it and find it out. I don't generally teach this part. I told about to hills, valleys and ridges. So it's already there explained what is the issue of the turbulence, where the turbulence will be more, where it is less, where you will get a proper wind flow which is less turbulent and unidirectional. Therefore, you can actually align the wind turbine accordingly and make it sit there. Acha, one small thing that I would like to wind turbine power output, ये ना उसी से ड्रॉ किया हुआ हाफ MV स्क्वायर वाला, वहां से ही उसको ड्रॉ करके A रो VQ/2, ये पहले भी हम लोग देखे हैं। इसी चीज को फिर से दोबारा इसने यहाँ पे एक्सप्लेन किया है। सिर्फ ये है कि इसमें एक चीज आपको जो मार्किंग किया हूँ, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। Talking about this particular part is very important. Power begins to be produced at 3 to 4 meters per second when the startup velocity and rated power P is produced. Can you read it through?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the power begins to be produced at 3 to 4 meters per second, and at rated power is produced at 10 meters per second when the wind velocity is 20. दिया जा रहा है ना, तो उसको जब स्टार्टअप करते हैं तो एक पर्टिकुलर विंड स्पीड पे ही वो चालू होगा। रिमेंबर दैट द विंड स्पीड एट विच द विंड टरबाइन स्टार्ट्स रोटेटिंग and starts delivering the mechanical rotation to the generator, it is called cut-in speed. Please remember that the speed at which the wind turbine starts rotating and starts generating power, that particular wind speed is called as cut-in speed. Cut, CUT, cut dash IN, cut-in speed.
Okay, sir.
नीचे अगर wind speed हो किसी भी जगह पे, तो वहां पे आप विंड टर्बाइन नहीं बैठा सकते। दिस इज विंड कटिंग स्पीड। और एक स्पीड वो आएगा जब उसके बाहर अगर वो स्पीड बढ़ता है विंड का, तो आपका विंड टर्बाइन इज सब्जेक्टेड टू डैमेज, तब आपको शट डाउन करना पड़ेगा। वो स्पीड जब तक ये सही सलामत पावर जनरेट करे विदाउट एनी फिजिकल इंटरफेरेंस, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज कट आउट स्पीड। Some speed at which it should be stopped from any further power generation because it can lead to mechanical and electrical failure and damage. A particular permissible speed limit maximum, that we call it as cutout speed. तो किसी भी विंड टर्बाइन का किसी एक जियोग्राफिकल पोजीशन के लिए उसको डिजाइन किया जाता है विद अ बेसिक कट इन एंड कट आउट स्पीड। रिमेंबर दैट। किसी भी विंड टर्बाइन के लिए, अगर कलकत्ता के लिए हो रहा है तो रूफ टॉप है, इतना किलोवाट का जनरेटर है, उसका रेटेड आरपीएम इतना है, तो उस विंड टर्बाइन का एक पर्टिकुलर कट इन और कट आउट स्पीड होगा। इसका आपको बेसिक नॉलेज होना चाहिए। आप कहीं भी नौकरी करें, कहीं भी जाए, कहीं भी आपको रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के बारे में जानना पड़े, विंड टर्बाइन का कट इन एंड कट आउट स्पीड हैज टू बी विद इन द परमिसिबल लिमिट। और ये सारा जो विंड का जो सारा साल का ओवर द ईयर जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर होता है, वो आपको मैंने बोला था शायद पहले क्लास में भी कि सेंटर फॉर विंड स्टडीज पौंडीचेरी है, जहाँ पे हमारे कंट्री का पूरा इंक्लूडिंग अंडमान एंड नेबरिंग कंट्रीज का भी विंड का स्टडी किया था थ्रू सैटेलाइट इमेजिंग एंड अदर थिंग्स। उस सेंटर से वो डेटा मिलता है। तो जितने सारे बड़े बड़े कंपनीज हैं जो लोग इंस्टॉल करते हैं, उनके पास ये सारा डेटा रहता है। राउंड द क्लॉक डेटा मॉनिटर होता है। कोई साइक्लोन होगा, कहीं कुछ होता है, नेचुरल डिजास्टर होता है, तो वहाँ पे कटआउट स्पीड के अंदर बाहर जाता है तो उसको शट डाउन किया जाता है। और उसको अगर कहीं पे ऐसा हो गया कि ड्राई प्लेस है जहाँ पे विंड स्टार्ट बह नहीं रहा है, तो वहां पे कटिंग स्पीड के अंदर रखना है उसको। दिस सफाइसेस द concept of wind power generation with respect to a particular wind turbine with a given particular cut in and cut out speed. Now comes the final topic, that is wind turbines classification. So now these wind turbines, which we all know now, has two types of wind turbine. One is called as horizontal axis wind turbine, HAWT, and a vertical axis wind turbine, VAWT. Generally, HAWT is mostly used as compared to VAWT because VAWT, you can understand, vertical axis wind turbine. This type of wind turbines are basically used in sea, समुंदर में, on the sea, उसको float करके रखा जाता है। And the vertical axis wind turbine, उसका जो axis है वो vertically रहता है, wind blades जो है वो over that vertical axis घूमता है, x-axis format। और horizontal axis wind turbine axis x-axis में होता है, ब्लेड्स वाई एक्सिस में वो रोटेट होता है। तो जैसे हमको दिखता है बाहर वो होता है हॉरिजॉन्टल एक्सिस विंड टर्बाइन। इन दोनों का अपना अपना यूटिलाइजेशन है, बट जनरली हॉरिजॉन्टल एक्सिस विंड टर्बाइन सबसे ज्यादा काम में आता है। ठीक है, टू बेसिक विंड टर्बाइन कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, ये मैं यहाँ से पढ़ रहा हूँ, दिस प्लेस, आई एम रीडिंग इट फ्रॉम हियर। The two basic wind turbine configurations are shown in figure 12. The upward and downward operation of HAWT is indicated. Most modern machines operate to avoid shadowing of the blades by the tower, which can generate objectionable noise levels and increase stress on the blades. In practice, hub height is approximately equal to the, so they're talking about a figure 12. This is the figure 12. I just this is the figure 12. This particular figure, you can see, this is the blade. So this is the blade. This is the blade. This blade is basically horizontal axis wind turbine blade. This is connected through a shaft. Here it is a generator. The generator, this is the gearbox along with the generator out here. Generally, पहले क्या होता था कि through the gearbox, generator was kept here. So the power used to be translated from horizontal axis to vertical moment. From vertical movement, it used to be converted into again a rotational effect out here in the horizontal shaft, and the generator used to rotate. Now the entire thing is made connected here itself. No such transmission and losses. It is connected straight away to the generator gearbox, from the wind turbine to the gearbox to the generator. और यहाँ से wire लेके through this entire tower, it comes down, connected to the battery bank. इसके साथ एक एनोमीटर होता है, एनोमीटर। ये एनोमीटर विंड स्पीड एंड डायरेक्शन को डायरेक्ट करता है। आप काफी समय में देखोगे कि वेदर ऑफिस में एक चीज दिखता है जो तीन विंड पे हॉरिजॉन्टली घूमते हैं, उसमें तीन छोटे छोटे बेल्स या कटोरी जैसे चीज लगे रहते हैं जो विंड आने पे गोल 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 घूमता है। देखे हो ना आप लोग, पिक्चर्स में भी देखे हो, यू माइट हैव सीन दोस।
Yes, sir.
Those are known as anemometer. Those anemometers basically gives you the wind direction and speed. तो जैसे वो डेटा आपके स्क्रीन पे आता है, तो जो कंट्रोलर है उसको पता होता है, तो वो अकॉर्डिंगली उसको पता रहेगा कि कितना विंड स्पीड अभी आ रहा है, तो उसके ऊपर ये आरपीएम उसको मिल जाता है, तुरंत उसको आउटपुट मिल जाता है. तो जो बैटरी बैंक है वी स्टार्ट जनरेटिंग. अगर बैटरी पूरा चार्ज हो जाता है, सो यू कैन कनेक्ट इट फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर generator. We will have an inverter from where we can basically convert it directly generate a DC. It generating DC out here output, connecting into battery. From battery we take DC to AC inverter, and that can be either 3-phase or single phase. If it is a 3-phase, it is better to connect it to the grid. If it is single phase, it is better to connect it to a local load like an household domestic load, and thereby actually sufficing the requirement. This is the horizontal axis wind, vertical axis wind turbine. As you can see that the wind blade is a bit of circular in nature, so it has got a quarter diameter. It is rotating like this. There is a fixed pitch rotor blade. This is the equator height or the central point height, and depending upon this and the rotor height, the wind is engulfed. It starts rotating. There is a gearbox arrangement down there, and then it is connected to a generator. So you have output in the generator. It generates electricity. So these two are mostly used. This is basically used on the seaside, and this is mostly used in the landscapes as we've seen, and they basically create the output. So we'll talk about the horizontal axis wind turbine. What it contains? It contains these following 6 points. The rotor, which consists of 1 or 2 or 3 blades mounted on a hub, and many includes aerodynamic braking systems and pitch controls. So here is the pitch control, as I told you. This will basically decide the amount of wind and the energy that is being generated, followed by the aerodynamic braking system between the cut-in and cut-out speed, the hub and the blades. The drivetrain including gearbox, transmissions, hydraulic systems, braking systems, knackers, and which encases the actual turbine, the yaw system which positions the rotor perpendicular to the wind stream. Fish, मच्छी, fish जब तैरता है तो उसका जो tail होता है ना, tail, okay, the tail basically directs its directivity when it swims in the water. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Fins जो है उसको help करता है swimming, और gills use करता है उसको breathing and all those things. जो tail है, it is basically gives you its directivity. That's the yaw system. So that yaw system which positions the rotor perpendicular to the wind stream. And finally, electrical and electronic system includes generator, relays, circuit breakers, droop cables, and wiring controls and electronics and sensors, the tower, and the balance of the substation system, including road, ground support equipments, and interconnection equipment. That makes a complete horizontal axis wind turbine station, and these are the important points that a subsystem should contain. Further, it is explained nicely out here, and that is given by these two figures. So that ends the wind turbine part. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. I'll just close this first. Let me close this. Then I will come back to the here. Okay. So can we switch on the videos now? Once for all, finally, including myself. अनीश, अरे तो म्यूट करके ये सब बोलोगे तो कैसे होगा?
Sorry.
हम बोल रहे हैं चिल्ला चिल्ला के ऑनलाइन क्लास ले लेके ये हाल हो रहा है. क्लास नहीं लो तो प्रॉब्लम, लो तो प्रॉब्लम, जाए तो कहाँ जाए. समझ में आ रहा है जो भी पढ़ा रहा हूँ? कुछ इंटरेस्ट आ रहा है
सर.
हाँ, मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. देखो ये ऐसा सब्जेक्ट है जो स्पेशलाइज्ड है. आपके सीनियर्स तो ये बहुत लोग पढ़ते थे इसको, अब तो ये ऑप्शन आ गया कि आपको पढ़ना है कि नहीं है, ऑल दोस थिंग्स. बट मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ इन फ्यूचर दीज थिंग्स, इसका नॉलेज होना चाहिए. स्कोरिंग भी है, थियोरेटिकल सब्जेक्ट्स है, तो आप लोग डोंट वरी, यू हैव टेकन द चांसेस. आई विल बी डूइंग माय बेस्ट टू एक्सप्लेन यू ऑल दिस थिंग्स. वन थिंग यू कीप इन माइंड एज फार एज दीज टू टॉपिक्स आर कंसर्न, सोलर एंड विंड, अभी तक मैंने जो तो टॉपिक पढ़ाया, अगर मैं चाहूँ तो इसमें इतना कुछ पूछने का है कि मैं आपका असाइनमेंट बेस्ड इवैल्यूएशन इसी से कर सकता हूँ. मतलब मैं बात की बात बोल रहा हूँ, समझ रहे ना?
हाँ, हाँ।
पढ़ाना नहीं, ये जो 2 दिन का क्लास हुआ है, आप समझ रहे हो कि मैंने जितना आपको इसमें एक्सप्लेन किया है वो सारा नोट्स में है, वो आपको मैं प्रोवाइड भी करूंगा, दूसरी टॉपिक भी पढ़ाऊंगा, पर इन चीजों को इसलिए पढ़ा रहा हूँ और भी थोड़ा स्ट्रेस देके, ताकि यू पीपल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज व्हाट। नेचुरली 4 साल के इंजीनियरिंग में कोई भी सब्जेक्ट किसी को भी याद नहीं रहता है, मुझे भी याद नहीं है, ठीक है? वो तो डिग्री लेने के लिए ये एक रिक्वायरमेंट है, करते हैं, ठीक है? मैं थोड़ा बदमाशी सिखा रहा हूँ आपको, ऐसा नहीं होना, ठीक है? बाहर मत बोलना, जूनियर्स को तो मत ही बोलना, बेचारे बहक जाएंगे सबके सब। अनीशा हंस रही है, देखो अमीशा
हाँ, हंस
हंसती
रही है।
Junior-
अंकित
Juniors
हंस रहा है।
already know that.
हाँ देखो, रोहित सब ये ऑलरेडी नोइंग है। रोहित मेरा मोहल्ले का लड़का है, तो बदमाश हो गया आजकल, सब सीख गया है। And Shreya also. Anyway, good to see all, but I will be trying to take 2-3 classes more, finish other sub topics, and then render you free, right? So that we can actually have the assignment process once the dates are clear. ठीक है? सब ठीक ठाक हो?
हाँ सर।
मोहम्मद सोहेल
Yes, sir.
কেমন আছো?
ভালো স্যার।
ভালো আছো? মনে হচ্ছে গরমে অতিষ্ঠ হয়ে গেছে, মনে হচ্ছে পুরো মানে মনে হচ্ছে যেন ঝলসে গেছে, মনে হচ্ছে। এরকম কেমন লাগছে দেখতে? ক্যাম্পাসে আসছো না? যাদবপুরে চলে আসো ক্যাম্পাসে তোমরা।
ওখানে তো গরম স্যার।
গ্রেড কার্ড নিতে আসবো স্যার, ফার্স্ট সেম আর সেকেন্ড সেম।
আচ্ছা তোমরা কি, আমি একটা আউট অফ দ্য ব্লু একটা কথা বলছি,